Yesterday evening I watched a talk that you had at the lake.
At the lake?
With Krishna Bhai recently.
Ah.
You spoke the earliest words. The earliest words. And
what are the earliest words?
The earliest that emptiness can speak somehow.
What are they? In a nutshell.
I am that. It's like it was not going to difference the mind and the world, nothing. It was just at the core.
Oh, very good. I'm very curious what those words, because if you miss those, then many others are following. And if you miss those, they multiply. You know, look how quickly, if you multiply just by 2, how fast before you reach 1,000. So if you catch the early ones, then you don't have to go to the next wave. What's the earliest one? You say, I am that. I am that.
Even I am that is already, it's like I, it's just this I is the earliest word to speak.
And prior to the earliest?
There's no.
Don't be so quick. Check in a little bit so your answers come with authority. If you say, I am that, you say it's the earliest, then she corrected. She said, no, not even I am that. I, one. And one of the shortest, I. And I said, what about earlier than that one? And we're not going to play word games about it. We're not going to play word games because we know that, there are many people, yes, earlier than that, yes, of course, no. We have to be honest about it. So earlier than the first utterance, the first word, is what then? And you say? You say? Thank you. We should not be pleased. Yeah, I almost got caught there. Oh. Kept quiet. Who kept quiet? You see, there have been conversations like this which completely broke the spell. Broke the spell. Of course, the mind and the sense, the build-up of the construct of personhood is saying, yeah, I am that, yeah, but no. Is it frustrating? We want to see if this can be authentically seen, known, experienced, verified. Then what? What happened to life? Where are we going? Are we saying then, look, everything that you have acquired, or even the you who have acquired, is really a dream to this? Can I speak like that? Hello? Yeah. Can I speak like that? Because if you've been in satsang, I can speak like that with you. I will not take the risk or the chance of wasting my words to speak to anybody like that. Because you must have come some way to be able to receive and to reflect upon this introspection meaningfully. Not with the sophisticated intellectual conviction of that kind of utterance, but that it either quietly drops home or it slams you into nothingness. And who is there to bear it even? What does it make of life? Is it an anti-life statement?
No.
then let's spend a little time looking, it's worth it. Because perhaps, because of the seeming finality of such an utterance, maybe great fear come. Then what am I to do? There's nothing to do. And who is asking, what am I to do? Oh, Mooji, it's too much. I can't, because I'm still here. I'm even the one who said, earlier than I is what? And I'm speaking like this now because we see that it is possible. Maybe it's the only way that the I can survive to some extent is by having given the right answer. He's still here to take the award or the reward. Yes, I gave the right answer, you see. So where do we go? And I feel excited by this. I'm speaking like that. No? What can happen after such statement then? Does the world crash? Do we sort of wake up into absoluteness? What happened? Family, job, future, past, relationship, study, all this bag of experiences. What happened? Is it that, this mist is all rubbish, none of this exists, there's just sort of like, is that the response to this? So this I want to put. I didn't come here planning to speak like that, but I feel that we must reach a certain place whereby we can look from here now, what happened. Otherwise, it's just going to be some intellectual achievement because there is an underlying fear that nobody is talking about. The I lives on. But as what? Can we stop experiencing? Something has changed. Something as, if you can say, did it dismount from the galloping horses of the five senses and the mind? Did it dismount? Oh, I'm out of it. What has happened? If you have genuinely come to such a point, authentic seeing, then we are going to look at that. We have started to look. Papaji, there's one video that made Papaji, it says, call off the search. Why to call off the search? Because what was being sought, what was being searched for, is found. So call off the search. We can go home now. What was missing, what was being searched for, is found. Put down your torches, put down the sticks, relax. What has been searched for is found. Where was it? And is what has been searched for greater than the one searching? Is it in the possession of the one who is searching? There has to be some impact of this. Otherwise, we can be practicing for thousands of lifetimes, but you're going to come to this point and postpone, avoid, because something doesn't know. How do I regulate? What happened now? What happened to life? Are the trees having this dilemma? Is the sky and the rivers And all the living beings, are they having this dilemma? Have they discovered the source? Or is it a uniquely human possibility? Let's not bother with that. Let's attend to ourselves. Otherwise we go into another stream of distractions, maybe. Let the birds work out what the birds can. But we are here to work this out today. What happened? And it's time to ask this question because I think you've heard enough satsangs. We are to come to this point. What has happened? Well, the intellect of the self has come to an experiential conclusion, a seeing. This sense of I, the doer I, the seeking I, has perpetuated mean one, it's carried on. Maybe it's reached a very high status as a spiritual I also. It may even come to the point where it says, yes, this is it. I am that. I, who or what is that? I. Does that I have any content? Does it have a history? Spiritual history. I am that. Then I'm going to reverse it a little bit. Even the statement, I am that, and the alleged one who is uttering I am that is also perceived in that. Is it not like that? It's perceived in that. Of what use, of what value would such a discovery be? Or is it? Of what value? Of what value? What is the outcome of such a discovery? Have I gone too far ahead? Screen? We are together? We are one on this? Okay. To what value is it then? Well, the body has not committed the crime of existence. The mind, in which is the offspring of consciousness, of the dynamic consciousness, mind cannot exist as an independent entity. Is mind an independent entity? Is mind the devil? Is even the devil, if there is one, an independent entity? Let's slow down a little bit. In the world of duality, when I say word duality meaning when I am totally independent of you, when this I, you, is still alive, meaning the I that perceives the you is still alive. Yeah? Which means that I am different from you. A natural outcome of conditioning and the belief I am this body, you are that body, is still a very virile belief and concept. And then what we have just discovered again and pointed to, that which is prior to, meaning before anything sprout as thought or action or the activities of the vital force, that is. And not only before, during as well, the manifestation, the dance of existence. It remains unaltered, unalterable. After the end of the manifestation, is still untouched. Can anybody verify? See? So if this could be called the self, that which is, in which the sense I am this or I am that is a reflection of this truth, what is to be said of the dynamic existence in which the we or the I have relations and a job and future and past? I've got a reputation. I've got commitments and responsibilities. I have dreams. What happened to them? Is there a somebody who has to put them down? Little funerals for the past, right? Little funerals for the relationships, sorry. So little funerals. Family. If that was so, then you'd have to dig a hole for yourself also. And who's going to bury that one? I want to know if I should continue or we abandon and go to a lighter subject, such as egg and chips or something. Is it meaningful? Are you feeling a bit tense? It's a good tense. It's a good tense. It's not past tense. It's very present tense. What would the tense imply? That perhaps there is something, very likely, there is some energy, some pattern, some belief, something that is still in occupation in this body. It is not the body, where our true life is compromised. Can I speak like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps a true life don't really fit into my agenda. It's not later, when I'm in my Advaita moment or in my, devotional moment, I will come and again remind myself that that is the truth, and I must not give up my search. But right now, it doesn't have a place. Well, that would be the whole thing of that would be false, actually. Because the truth does not require anything. From who would it require something? My God, this talk is turning out very good so far. Because you're going to have to listen to this again. And you're going to have to trace your steps until they disappear. Is there any place where human beings are looking with, well, I was about to say, with this level of authenticness at this? Because we're talking about the final, or maybe perhaps the highest fear. Is this fear maybe even greater than death? Maybe it's the fear of life, what it is to be really alive. But whose fear would it be? It must come from a limited or false interpretation or belief in what we truly are. Because if God has created all of this, and you can turn around and look at each leaf is a miracle. Each petal is a miracle. The breeze that caresses your face momentarily is a miracle. The light, the warmth, the blessed coolness of this morning, the sleep, the waking up, the sound of birds. It's not a falsehood. Your very being here and the perceiving of this, the experiential fact of it, that all of this is a living movie appearing in the pure awareness that is synonymous with the statement, this I am. It is not telling you, don't enjoy that, don't go there, don't do this. To whom are those words aimed at? Accept the very burdensome sense of personhood with all of its luggage, which it cannot just drop. Because to drop that luggage would have to include to drop that self. Because we can pray, I want to give up all of these things, I'm going to give up all these things because so much trouble, give everything up. Then also the giver-upper has to be given up, or at least transcended. And is that so painful, you see? Why is satsang going on? Because it's taking time to test out when things fall away, which they do in any authentic presence. The unreal cannot live. If you look at the tree, when the bark becomes old, if you look at the eucalyptus or the cork tree we have around us, you can pull it off with your fingers. When the leaves become dry, they fall. When the branches become brittle, they fall. Everything, that which is not living, is falling. Naturally, it's a natural process. We don't have to be sad about it. But internally, what is seen to be not true begins to lose its grip on your personhood construction. What is the outcome experiencing of this? Is it not that one feels more light, even if a small thing is taken away? If an elephant, big as he is, steps on a small thorn, he is going to go out, he's going to want to take it out, knows this is not natural. But we somehow have acquired so much foolishness, actually, in our belief, through this insistence and persistence of personhood, that it's become normal to walk around with a bent back, bent by the mind. Nobody sees because you become quite fit outside. And this is the beauty of your satsang. No one is going around beating you, stop this, do this, change that, become this, nothing. No, only see. And not create, not imagine. But if the guidance is authentic, then the seeing must be un-missable. If everything that you have attained is removed one by one, one by one, one by one, if everything is removed, whether it is thought, memory, feeling, desire, projection, attachments, whatever it is taken away, one finds oneself is even more present. Is this not proof? Can anyone take that I am away? Everything else can go and will go and is going also. And this need not be a sad discovery. When you get the hang of it, you're very happy. Oh, more, take more, as much as you can take. Because guess what? I'm still here. I was working at this to become more. But I see I am already. Isn't it something like this? Need we curse the world? Or the senses? Or even the mind also? It's a tricky one though. Because with the mind, Once we took on the costume of personhood, mind will take on the costume as your friend and adversary to play this game that must have been orchestrated by the Supreme Self. This dream, this Maya.
It seems it's just going on by itself.
What is going on by itself?
Everything.
Everything is going on by itself. Is it true? Everything is just going by itself? Including your thought processes also? Could you include? I want to know.
Yes.
Is it everything is going on by itself, everything nice is going on by itself? And everything nasty is kind of like going on by somebody else? But we have to watch also. At a certain point you may see, but if everything is indeed going on by itself, the bitter and the sweet, and for whom are the bitter and the sweet? Because can the bitter and the sweet go on without the one for whom they seem to be going on for?
They go on for the one that is seen.
That one is also seen. She is confessing. That one also is seen. Are we leaving anybody behind here? Here? Are we leaving anybody behind? What are we taking from this? We being who? We have to be. We are the same one. We are the same one in drag, basically, as this sort of like the listening, desiring, growing, evolving. This is the play. This is the liquid God. This is the dynamic form of God who is in the game of transcendence. Is God transcended? No. Before a display. Perfection need not transcend. The play of imperfection must transcend. And the game becomes sweet as you catch hold of it. That things that are being clung to, and there's no blame. Oh, you were clinging to this thing. No. When we are strongly identified with the one who is doing, the doer one, we take on and embrace the feeling of guilt and blame and shame. But you didn't do it, and I wish I did more of it. I want to give more. Oi. But we need to be careful with language, because the mind is clever. He designed language. We have to be very careful when we say that you are in step with your contemplation. No? I am very happy to share because I know it all comes out beautifully. Why? Because it is important in this world to see what is illusion, to discern what is true. And we cannot say what is true universally so easily, because people have versions of truth that is somehow filtered through our social, political, spiritual conditioning, and ways that consciousness has created rivers to say, for you lot, you must go down this river, and all the rivers lead to me. I am the ocean that you all come to. Fight not amongst yourself, because I created you. I created your flow. I created your water, and you all come from me. Stop paying attention. You're one of these people who go to a restaurant, Chinese restaurant, and always looking at other people's they're eating, and looking at yours. Huh? I'm one of these people. Don't look at what the other one is doing, and oh, I wish I'd taken that one. So, in fact, that's a much milder thing, because we tend to look with much more judgment than that at what others are doing. It's one of the great games of Maya, to distract you from paying attention to your own self, to your own Maya, is what the Maya of others. My endeavor is to take us to the top of the mountain, So we can look at all the different routes to try and come up and say, hey, whoa, whoa, no, no, come back a little bit. Then they go, sorry, my God. And, and you can look at the top of your mountain to see, actually. And without pride of achievement. And what is the top of the mountain? If you can begin to see as and from pure awareness. As and from pure awareness, is that a dictator? Because how easy it is to feel entrapped by our personalized existence. Our mind, the mind energy comes in so quick, and next thing you find, oh, I'm so struggling, and my mind is like, whoa, 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 whoa. How easy it happens like that. As it becomes just as easy to untangle that. Is it enough to say drop it and you can? No, sometimes we have to step one step backward at a time to come out of it, to look, to remember, because I've said often enough, I trust that each one who has been following authentically, listening interestedly in satsang, each one has the power, you have acquired the power, to bring a chaotic state of mind back to a state of emptiness. Yes or no? Yes. That's a very nice feeling. Yes or no? Yes. I don't know if the words I'm speaking, if they are reaching you in the way that I intend. No need for fear, or if there's strong resistance, you must look, where is it coming from? It's not coming from yourself. And if you feel it's coming from yourself, perhaps you are identifying with wrong thing. We're identifying wrong thing. Understandable, because from the, at least we can speak, even if there are no other births, let's assume like that, even from this birth, which is not a strong argument even anymore. What has been acquired in the way of personhood, has it been an asset or a liability in the name of personhood? Love you, love you, love you.